that first-time home buyer who wants to buy something but has to be able to qualify for the mortgage.
The question, since we're talking about all types of strategies, have you ever done any lease options?
I have not, but they're good.
Any what?
Lease options. There's a guy, his name is Joe McCall. He's the king of the lease options.
REI Pro?
Yep.
I had his platform.
Is he REI Pro?
He's REI Pro.
Okay.
Joe McCall.
Yeah.
And I got his lease option contract, charged me $50. It was a basic contract.
Right.
This was a few years ago.
I'm just thinking because, since rates are so, it might be a good option
Right.
for
Since,
first-time home buyers. as
right.
well.
Subject to is going to be an incredible option right now because you're going to be able to buy properties where the mortgage might be 3 and 4% as opposed to 5 to 6%. But you have to be very careful. Like Gary said, they have this due on sale clause, and you don't want to get caught with your pants down and then be involved in a property, and now the seller, the person that you're engaged with, that mortgage is due.
Okay,
And-
so what is the due on sale clause?
The due on sale clause means,
Any title transfer.
right,
Oh, title transfer.
yeah.
However, what did you call it, where the underlying was 150? What was that called?
The novation.
Okay, so if you've got, if that guy happens to go bankrupt or insolvent of some sort, you're gonna get stuck.
If in the process.
Right.
Right.
I was referring to it as a wraparound, but there was another term.
Okay, yeah, the wrap is where I have a mortgage at 5%.
Right.
You buy the property subject to, and then you go and sell it, seller finance, and charge 7.
Right, and if that underlying 150 mortgage.
Yeah.
Went bankrupt.
You're done.
You're done.
Right?
Toasted.
So you're toasted, and the people who you sold the property to are toasted.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, it's a school of cards. I mean,
Oh, yeah, that's-
it's a house of cards. It's a house of
So
cards.
you might consider rent to own instead of
Yeah.
something like that.
Right. So I'm buying a property. Listen to this case study. So I'm buying my son, this was his first deal in Memphis. Property is, the guy's an eccentric handyman. The property is it's like 2,000 square feet. It's on over an acre. Okay. We're paying $40,000 for the property. 4 bedroom, 2 bath. It needs $40,000. So it'll be 80 grand that's into the property. I'm going to sell the property on owner finance to somebody there, and they're going to pay me like $1,300 a month for 30 years. Yeah, yeah.
And you don't have to pay taxes, insurance, nothing.
I'm just going to give them the property.
And if they
fix them.
default, you take it back.
Right, and
If the air conditioner breaks, it's not your baby,
Right,
it's theirs. It's
right.
theirs, not
right.
yours.
Seller finance is an incredible animal. The problem with seller finance is down here.
Capital.
Right, down here it's too much. In somewhere like Memphis, where the cost of acquisition is so much lower, you can get much more creative.
Wow.
Unless you have an exorbitant amount of money, and then it's a different story. But when we're in these rooms, we're trying to build up, and that was one of the reasons also that led me to go to Memphis.
Do you have any commercial properties in Memphis?
No.
Over 5 doors?
No, no. We had a contract in Belle Glade for 296 doors. It was
How much do they want?
the contract was for $18 million.
18 million in Belle Glade?
Yeah, 296. So it was $61,000 a door. But most of it,
Pricey for Belle Glade.
yeah, but most of it wasn't in the inner city. It was all outer.
Like Glade's Correctional? By that area?
Yes.
I used to work in Belle Glade. I was a mailman in Belle Glade back in the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, Belle Glade has changed.
Oh, it's changed incredibly. Yeah, but that deal fell apart.
Ooh, that's
The seller wasn't willing to work with us.
What was the unit mix per door?
I mean, there were triplexes, quadplexes, sixplexes. We were buying. It was a lot of multi.
1-1s, 3-1s?
No, 3 2s, 2 1s, and no 1 1s.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it was big. Yeah, but the deal fell
All of that
apart.
was gonna go for the 18 mil.
What's that?
All of that was gonna go for 18 mil?
Yes, 296 doors. And now, the guy.
He still owns it?
He still owns it. He
Yeah,
wants
he
to.
has a number.
He wants to sell.
I know,
Right,
let's do it.
right, and now we went back and we said, we won't even offer you
30K per
15.
door,
We
30
won't
per
offer you
door.
15.
30 per door, 15 per door?
No, we wouldn't offer him 15 million, we said.
Oh,
Right.
I'm thinking per door.
Right.
30
Do
per
you
door.
use a debt servicing company for when you do your seller finance deals, or how do you
Well,
pull that?
to be honest, it's my first one.
Okay.
So we'll probably, yeah.
I can answer at least a portion of that. When I did, I held a note, and then because I was worried about the buyer that was going bankrupt, I had this feeling. I sold it to Covenant Financial in Texas, some dude, and I paid a 6% off of face value of the note, got all my money instantly. So basically, I cashed it out after I seasoned it, 6 months in one day, and then I sold that note. I just sold the paper.
Right.
Beautiful.
That's a simple process.
Yeah.
It was very easy.
Yeah.
Selling the paper.
Eddie
There's
Speed,
a
you know
lot of
Eddie
big
Speed?
businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's talking about Eddie Speed now.
Oh, yeah.
You know Eddie Speed, Gary?
We're selling the paper. The note is the agreement to repay.
Right.
So I'm holding the paper that's worth X number of dollars, and I just took 6% less and got all my money back, and then rolled it into another property.
Right.
You ever heard of Eddie Speed?
No.
Eddie Speed.
He's a big guy.
Big note guy.
Yeah.
You heard of Big Eddie?
I think I bought drugs from him.
Big note guy,
Yeah, for sure.
Can we cover your basic cold calling script? Can we do like a mock phone call?
For sure.
You and I?
Let's do it.
You cold call yourself?
No, but I did,
You used to?
a little bit, but let's do
You
it.
guys want to hear a mock cold call? We generally do that.
Yeah.
I want you to give me your script, and then, because I love cold call. Who loves cold calling?
I do.
I love cold calling.
Okay, so I'm gonna call you.
Oh, no. Yeah, you call me, I'm the seller.
Right,
You're
right.
the wholesaler. Okay,
Right,
call me.
Right. Ding, ding, ding.
Hello?
Yes, is Rich available?
Who's this?
Rich, this is Brandy. I might have caught you at a bad time, but I just wanted to confirm. Are you the owner of the property at 123 Main Street?
Yes, what about it?
Oh, Rich, I'm so happy that I was able to get in touch with you. So I just wanted to know, is there any opportunity that you might want to sell the property?
Well, for the right price, I'll sell anything.
For the right price. Okay, so Rich, would you mind if I asked you a few questions about the property to be able to come
How
up
long
with
is
an
this gonna,
offer?
remember, I'm interrupting him. How long is this gonna take? I'm busy.
Oh, Rich, this is only going to take about a few minutes, but I promise you that after we have this conversation, if there's an opportunity for us to buy this property, we're going to make you a fair offer.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, Rich, question for you. The property itself, how many beds and baths?
5-3.
5-3. Wow, must be a really nice house. Let me ask you a question. Have you done any renovations to the roof or to the kitchens in the last 3 to 5 years?
No.
No? Okay. What about the bathrooms?
Nope.
No bathroom renovation. So, Rich, let me ask you another question. HVAC, plumbing, everything's original?
It was built in 2000. We built it, and yeah, it's all original from the year 2000.
Okay, so it's fairly a new property, so that it's got to be in pretty good condition.
Not bad.
Okay, that's really good to know. Rich, do you have any possibility in your mind what the magic number it might be that you're looking for?
Well, my neighbor sold his for $750.
Okay, Rich, that property, is it the same as yours?
It's it has a pool,
Okay.
and it has a water view of the pond.
Okay.
And mine has neither one of those, and
Okay.
it was updated.
Okay, so
Mine's not.
that's really nice. That's really good to know.
Yeah.
Let me ask you another question, Rich. What would be the reason that you might want to be selling?
I don't have a reason. You called me.
Okay, so Rich, basically, you have
They always say that.
you have a newer home, but you really have no reason to sell.
Well, look, it's a 2-story house. I raised 7 kids, and this is all true. And I do want to get out of that house and get a condo on the ocean. This is all true. I really would like to get rid of it, but I'm not giving it away.
Okay, no,
I'm an empty nester. I'm not going to lie to you, Brandy.
Rich, we're not looking to get anything given to us by anything. Would you afford me the opportunity to send this information over to one of my acquisition agents and give them the opportunity to give you a call back?
I like the way you sound. Yeah, why not?
Okay, so
Sound like
Rich,
a trustworthy guy.
I appreciate you giving me this time. I don't want to keep you on the phone much longer because I know you're in a rush. So I'm going to send this information over to my acquisitions, and you can guarantee that there's going to be a phone call from a George in the next hour to 2 hours. Will you be available at that time?
I don't know, 2 hours? If he calls and I'm available, I'll pick up. If not, he could leave a message.
Okay.
It's better if he texts us first, so I get a lot of calls, I got a lot of properties.
Okay, all right, so let's do this.
Have him text me first.
Let's do this. I'm gonna tell George to give you a text.
Yeah.
I appreciate the time that you've taken to give me this information, and hopefully that we'll be able to do some business in the future.
Okay.
Okay?
That was
Excuse me,
good.
Rich, before I go, tell me about those other properties.
Right, that's the thing.
That's,
That was-
Gary, thanks for bringing that
Right.
up. Because I always ask.
Of course, if you have any other properties you wanna sell.
So let's,
Right past
so
it.
let's,
Right past it.
let's do mine now, because I love cold calling. I was
Yeah.
trained by Brent Daniels. Brent Daniels likes to use the phrase that he always uses, out of the blue.
Right.
I know this call's out of the blue. I tried that for a couple of years.
Right.
Everybody's using it. So
Yeah.
I just say, ring, ring, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, are you the owner of 123 Main Street?
Why, who's asking?
Oh, my name is Rich. Thanks for taking my call. I was just calling to see if you'd be interested in an offer for that property there.
Possibly, if the price was right.
Okay, so you are Brandy Pollack.
I am.
Oh, great, I got the right guy. Thanks for your time today.
Yeah.
Now, notice I didn't say, I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
Right.
I never say that. I just
Right.
go straight to the point.
Right.
Are you Brandy? Are
Yeah.
you looking to sell? Because
Yeah.
I'm looking to buy. My wife and I buy rental properties in the area. We were wondering if you'd be interested in an offer.
Possibly, if the
Okay.
offer was right.
Great, great. So, again, are you the decision maker? You have a wife? You
I've got a
brother?
wife, we have to,
Okay.
she's kind of likes that property, but, if the price was right, maybe we'd sell it.
Is she around? Can we get her on the phone? Because I like to talk to both the
I
decision.
know, but she's not available right
Well,
now.
look, Brandy, I've been doing this a long time. I got a wife.
Right.
And let me tell you something. The wives make the decisions, usually. 99% of the houses I buy, the wife's the one that names the price
Yeah.
and actually makes the decisions.
Yeah.
Is your wife like that?
Probably.
Okay, so I tell you what, let's schedule a call where I can get you and your wife on the phone, and we can, if indeed you are indeed interested in selling, because I'm interested in buying.
Right.
Now, you do understand the market is shifting a little now. Interest rates are going up. Prices are going to be predicted to fall. So it might be, if you're looking to sell, I have 10 transactions in escrow right now, so I'm not desperate to buy, and I can tell you're not desperate to sell, but if you were going to sell, today would be a good time, because tomorrow the prices may drop. The buyer
See,
pool's going down.
This is a great,
The buyer
he's got a
pool-
great script.
This is how I love cold calling. I'm just having a conversation.
Right.
And first, I always ask for the wife, because you know how many deals I've talked to the husband, and he's like, my wife wants 40 grand more. Maisa and I are working a deal. Maisa, what I tell you the number was, it was 4 house quadruplex. He said, yeah, 380 is good. My wife wants 400. So now I always ask the decision maker.
Yeah, of course.
Because now I'm wasting my time talking to Brandy. He seems like a nice guy,
Right.
and he probably has a number,
Right.
but the wives are the ones.
Yeah.
You guys know about lions and lionesses? Who hunts?
The lion.
I got 5 daughters. The women hunt. The lionesses hunt. Human women's are the hunters. They're the lionesses.
Does it not offend the husband?
Some husbands that are the alpha type personality, the
Depends on the
driver,
Right.
Brent Daniels says the amicable, the driver, the analytical, there's different personality types. The driver type says, yeah, my wife's on the deed, but I make the decisions. Now, if Brandy called me from my house, if Brandy called me and said, is my wife the decision maker? I say, she gets involved, but ultimately, I am gonna make the decision. My wife's gonna do whatever I say, because she loves me, she trusts me.
I noticed what Brandy was doing. It seems like he was trying to get a follow-up, and you were trying to get straight to the point.
Right, because
Right.
his is not a cold call. His is more of, this has been warmed up a little, right?
So basically, the people I talk to have already been
Correct.
spoken to by my
Correct.
people.
Right.
And now when I cold call,
Right.
and I like cold calling too, don't get me wrong, I love cold calling. And I have locked up deals on one call, it's called a unicorn.
That's incredible.
It's a unicorn.
Yeah.
When I call you and we're closing in less than 30 days,
Right.
but these people, they're 80 years old, 2-story house in the wheelchair.
Right.
I mean, they motivate, but it's called a unicorn.
Yeah.
I maybe did three
Right.
in my life.
Right, and not only did he do 3, but he crushed those 3.
Let's slow it down if you've got an old person on the phone.
Right.
That conversation.
Okay, now I ask, do you have a grandson or a daughter I can speak to, or an
Right.
attorney or a realtor? Because you have to be competent to sign a contract.
Right.
There's 5 things in the contract, and one of them is competence. You got to be over 18. You can't be mentally insane, and you can't be elderly. You don't want to be in court in front of a judge.
Right.
You took advantage of an 80-year-old lady.
Correct. Oh, good.
The duplex I sold Brandy in Miami, the lady was in her 80s. She had a daughter that was an attorney, a real estate attorney.
Yeah.
And yeah, Brandy knew I was going to make 50 grand. You mind me telling this?
No.
Brandy doesn't mind I was making a $50,000 assignment,
Right.
but the lady's attorney daughter, when she saw the HUD, she would have freaked out because I locked it up for 300. You probably sold it for 6 or 7 now.
No,
You
no,
still
no, I
have
kept it.
Okay, because you could probably flip that.
Right,
baby.
because here's, so now
Let's
that we're
talk about-
talking.
let's talk- we're gonna talk about
Okay,
the deal
so-
we did.
So prior to 2021, I had this whole thing in my head. It was a self-limiting belief that if somebody is making this kind of money on me, it can't be a good deal. Self-limiting belief. It was something that was taking me away from being able to do other deals because unfortunately this was a complete scarcity mindset. I was like, oh, if this guy's making this kind of money on me, then how am I going to make any money? It was completely the wrong way to think. And then I realized, it's not that I realized, I just allowed myself to be open to the fact that, listen, everybody's gonna do well. I've done really well on properties, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be able to do well on this property. So in that fact, this was one of the highest assignment fees I paid.
It's a great zip code,
Yeah.
33161.
Right.
It's an amazing zip
So
code, Miami.
it's a 3-1 and a 2-1. And it's rented out right now for $3,000 a month. It could rent for like over $4,000 a month. And I put like $3,500. I painted it. And I'm gonna figure out what I do.
You still got the same tenants?
Same tenants.
Asia's still there?
Yeah.
Asia's still there?
Yeah. But
Asia works for Section 8. She
Right.
knows all the loopholes.
Right. Yeah.
And she's in Section 8. She's paying you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
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 So basically,
Right.
Brandy's the kind of buyers you wholesalers like, because if it's a smoking hot deal, he don't care what you make.
Right.
But the sellers, if they can read a HUD and they see that you're making 50K, they're not gonna, you can't force nobody to sign a closing document.
Right.
Go ahead, Derek.
May I ask you a question?
Of course.
How much did you make on that duplex that you sold Brandy?
50K.
Right.
Well, I
How much did
paid,
you pay?
wait a minute, hold on a second, let me correct myself. I paid another wholesaler
Right.
who afforded me the opportunity to add Brandy to my list because he doesn't have a scarcity mindset like me.
Right.
I paid him $6,000 for bringing me Brandy.
Right.
So you guys that say that you,
44,000.
Right.
And how many years ago was that?
No,
this was a couple
2
months ago.
I closed on this property in
a couple
June.
months ago. So you were asking me, how do you get buyers right away? You don't need buyers if you got a smoking hot deal and you
Right.
got a disposition wholesaler like me.
Right.
Because I do acquisitions like Brandy, but I also do dispositions.
Right.
I get wholesalers, send me your deals, I send them out to my 5,000 buyers, and then I do a joint venture. The fees are a little tinier, but the compound effect.
You
I get three-
mentioned that you have the contract, right? Is that the verbiage you
The
use in
joint
your
venture.
listings? In your listings?
In like the
In
deal
your
I
email
said,
Well, he
okay.
had his contract.
Okay, this is one of my buyers on my list asking me a
Right.
question.
Yeah.
So the deals I'm sending you, the 20 or 30 deals a day,
Yeah.
maybe 1 or 2 of those are mine. But on there it says Oasis Direct.
Right.
That shows you I have the contract.
Right.
And if I don't, Brandy might have the contract. I might be marketing one of his deals.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like the MLS. I'm just an agent. I'm a wholesaler bringing a buyer for another wholesaler.
It's what I picked up on. It makes sense. now.
Yeah.
Right, so my mind was, I saw this deal, I had so remember I was telling you I had 3 duplexes in North Miami so I had just sold a duplex. So his is 1426 Northeast 134th Road. I had just sold 1230 Northeast 148th Street for 505. It was 2 2-1s. His was a 2-1-3-1. I saw it at 350,000. I was like, how quickly can we lock this up? Is he going to make 50 grand? Good for him. He deserves to make that money.
But you
He worked
didn't
on
tell
it.
them the backstory. I was following up with this seller for almost a year.
Yeah.
I had the seller, an 80-year-old lady who spoke Spanish. Brandy and I did 3-way calls with her. That's when I
Right.
found out this guy's Spanish is better than mine. I was like, what? Look at this guy. I can't believe this guy. And the seller loves him, by the way. But anyway, the bottom line is I had it at 300 with the seller like 6 months ago until I got introduced to her attorney daughter, real estate attorney daughter.
Right.
She wanted 330. I still knew it was a deal.
Right.
But I always try to get the best deal, so let's meet in the middle. 310, I could make it work.
Right.
Now remember, I don't know the Miami market that well. I mostly deal in Broward, and Palm Beach is my farm area. Every deal I do in Miami, I rely on experienced wholesalers in that area, but I'm an agent, I could run the comps. I knew the prices in Miami are skyrocketing.
Right.
They're more than Palm Beach. So I almost bought that one myself, because
Right.
I had it at 310.
Right.
I could have went in there, I could have wholetailed it. I could have
The
the
issue that with the wholesaling on that one
Yeah.
was the tenants.
The tenants.
Right.
The
That
tenants.
was one of the
I
reasons.
would have had to get rid of the tenants
Right.
or straighten out the whole Section 8 thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a good deal?
Yes.
You didn't care about the fee?
No, because I knew that it made sense for me.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
This is a real buyer here.
Right.
He does not have a scarcity mindset.
Right. Because let me tell you something, there's been deals where I've been able to do the same situation. And I earned because I created the relationship, I created the rapport, and then I was able to wholesale it. So, yeah,
Do you have cards on you at the moment, my good sir?
I don't, but I can give you my phone number.
That would be lovely.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
I want to thank you for allowing us to pick your brain.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you. We got the place till 11 o'clock tonight, but
The keg's behind that door.
I like to take a picture of everybody before everybody leaves. If everybody can come up here, we take a quick picture, would that be all right? If you don't want to be in the picture, that's fine too, because I'm going to probably put it on my meetup page. I just need somebody to take the picture though.
I'll take it. The one guy that doesn't want to be in the picture, don't worry. I'll take it. Oh, that was you,
You
buddy.
can? Thank you. Like I said, we got the place till like 11, so if anybody wants to stay, continue networking, Brandy's going to stick around, I'm going to stick around.
I'm going to bed.
I want to stand by Gary Carter.
Gary Carter, that's right.
Hold on, let me stand by Brandy. Hold on.
There you go.
Can you
I
go?
don't have my back to you. Do I lose?
You do, but it's okay.
No, it's not okay.
Is this my best angle here?
I got you, brother.